Hey,
We are
live. We're already live? Oh my gosh, that was so fast.
That is super fast.
Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Is it Wednesday?
Day 90 of quarantine, I think, or something.
I don't even know what day it is anymore. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no clue as to anything.
All I know is that we are just on top of everything else. Like we are going through heat waves out here in LA. And we're going through these heat waves that are like a couple months early because our hottest month is usually September. And I like it's that type of weather right now. And we're just like, wait, we gotta stay in our houses with no AC. Oh my gosh.
I know it was 100 degrees
here.
And then last night at like 1 o'clock in the morning, I went to the studio to pick up my friend. And it was still 85 degrees outside.
Yeah, like at nighttime. It's not. Oh, hey, Sam. I see Sam. Hi, Sam. Thanks for joining us.
Daniela.
Hey, Danielle. Long time no talk.
And I see Matt and Cheryl's watching.
Oh, okay. So this is the time where we're both, because we don't have assistants, we're both like scrambling on social media. Oh my God, what? The cool kids came to this?
I know, I saw that.
Alt TikTok came here. Alt TikTok. We got alt TikTok. What? Oh my God.
Sam, I saw your haircut on your Facebook feed. Looks good.
Oh, that's good. Did you shave it all off? Like, was it crazy? Was it like my hair? Was it?
No. Cheryl saying, hey Cheryl.
There's the queen. The queen is gracing us with her presence. The queen of Hollywood. Oh my gosh. Cheryl Bedford is blowing up in LA, y'all, in a good way.
And just so you guys know, this week we're streaming to Twitter and YouTube also besides Facebook. So if anybody happens to be on those, hi, how are you doing?
Yes.
How's your mama doing? How's your daddy doing?
Yes.
I'm trying to share that right now.
Okay, so she shared. Yeah, so if you guys, if you haven't already tapped in with us on Instagram, it doesn't go to Instagram. Twitter, YouTube, we're at this moment, we're everywhere. So remember to subscribe, follow, share.
Twitter.
Retweet would be great. Oh my gosh, I can't believe the alt girls are here, the alt TikTok. Oh my God, that means we've made it. You know that, right?
Oh, you see, someone else showed up.
Oh, wait. I think I can't breathe. Look at this heart. I'm like this. I'm like, my sister's here. My sister. Yeah. What's happening? I can't believe I won't say it. I won't be salty right now. Thank you. I appreciate you. And Lucas? Oh my God. KT, we got North Carolina representing.
What the heck?
Yeah. Well, it goes without saying.
All the are here. Yes, Cheryl, you are the coolest.
Hey, Cheryl is the coolest.
Let's talk about Cheryl really quick. You take over on this because you know more about it than I do.
Okay, I was trying to do a watch party.
Okay, since we don't have Cheryl to talk about it, you have to talk about it because I have no clue, but I want to hear about it.
Okay, let me start. Let me start. I cannot talk. Danielle said Aubrey's not here. I just saw that. So Cheryl, you are the coolest, but I do have to say, if we can get the teenagers who run the world, like in the way they do with consumerism, the teenagers are watching, then that's another level. And we've got some teenagers watching us right now. So, okay. So, I see the hashtag, that wonderful, amazing hashtag. So you guys, today, hold on, I'm going to pull up the actual press release.
Okay.
A press release went out, Hollywood, everywhere, but it's a pretty freaking big deal. Start with 8 Hollywood. So basically, this is the answer to the lack of diversity in Hollywood. And it is partnership with the JTC list, which is, or I should say WOCU. I go back and forth, but WOCU means Women of Color Unite. And it's the nonprofit organization founded by one of our dearest friends and big sis, Cheryl Bedford. And she's partnered with the wait, I've got teenagers on here. Well, I just said it. The Bitch Pack.
Uh-huh.
They're called the Bitch Pack. That's what their name is. So, and it's a diversity and inclusivity program. Out here, we call it D&I. So if you ever hear people say D&I, it's short for diversity and inclusivity. It's a program, and it's been created here with them to address the inequality and racial injustice, if you will, because like no representation, barely any representation for women of color. So the press release went out today. The hashtag is Start with 8 Hollywood. And if I could just do a quick rundown of the press release, just a couple of fun things. Basically, the joint venture is a challenge to producers, production companies, networks, agencies, and studios to take action against inequality in Hollywood and commit to meeting with and mentoring 8 women of color.
Nice.
And the purpose of this initiative is, how many times in Hollywood have we heard someone, those higher ups, who said, we don't know any women of color to hire? We would, but we don't know. They're just not out there. And they can never, ever, ever say that again. Women of color, filmmakers, cast and crew, they've been there forever. It's just that people aren't casting them, or they're not hiring them for the you know what I mean? So we're holding our JTC list, and of course I'm an ally for JTC list, but that we're holding them accountable for that. And all kinds of amazing mentors, y'all. KT, I'm going to read some of the mentors.
Okay.
There's Craig Mazin, who's the creator of Chernobyl. Sorry, I know I effed that up. Chernobyl. Wynn Rosenfield, he's with Monkey Paw. I think he's the president of Monkey Paw, actually. We've got Kate Adams. She's the VP of film at Warner Brothers. Jessica Rhodes. She is, I believe, I don't see it here, but I think Jessica was doing, she's doing a lot of like really good TV right now. I know if Cheryl's there, Cheryl's going to hook us up, but it's the one with Reese Witherspoon. What's the most recent Reese Witherspoon TV show right now?
Little Fires.
Is it Little Fires, Cheryl? If Cheryl's here, she'll. Is
it the one on Hulu or the one on HBO? She's got a couple.
Oh no, maybe it's Big Little Lies. Big Little Lies.
That's
anyway, she's really awesome. Samantha Starr, literary manager, Circle of Confusion. Jeffrey Lieber, he's a showrunner. Remember Lost and then Don't Look Deeper. Anyway, many more mentors. I encourage everyone. We have released the press release through Instagram and Twitter. I mean, you can find it through LinkedIn, and I'm sure a lot of articles and links are about to pop up everywhere. So in the next couple of days, but congratulations to Cheryl Bedford. She is, I have never in my life seen anyone in 15 years of living in Hollywood pull off what Cheryl Bedford's pulling off. I have never in my life. Yeah, it's incredible. So, and if everybody, if you want to donate to another organization that is for women of color or people of color, please donate to the JTC list because, she's doing it for free. She doesn't get paid for it. She's maxed out all her credit cards. If I may share that, she shares that. So I think it's okay to share that. And she doesn't charge her members because Cheryl has said no Black woman should pay to be a member. She's not going to do it. And because there's too many other and it's interesting that knowing the female filmmaker groups who KT and I also know that we've been a part of, who do they charge their members. Nobody gets as many benefits and as elevated as the JTC list, as Woku. They just don't. Like, it's insane what Cheryl Bedford is doing with this grassroots organization and her mighty team.
I know her team, and they're cool. But I want to also tag onto that because I saw this in my feed the other day. Shondaland, which is ran by Shonda Rhimes. I think that their female director program is open too, and of course, they are a huge component of women of color. So, because one of my favorite TV directors is on there. Oh my God, her head just went out of my head.
I know every time we get together, we're like, what was that again? What was that? Yeah.
She's on Grey's Anatomy, but she directs a lot of Grey's Anatomy.
she directs.
Yes,
Grey's
she was
Anatomy?
in Fame. She's older. She plays
Debbie Allen.
Debbie Allen. Yes. Gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So she does a lot of directing for Shondaland.
Oh, that's so cool. I love her. And she's been killing it during this quarantine. She's been dancing and she's been doing some dance classes on Instagram. It's been really cool. So
did you see Vera Wang the other day? I really liked her. Because Vera Wang used to be an what do you call it? Ice skater. So she did this really beautiful video of her ice skating. And that woman is like in her 70s and she looks so good. So good.
That's great.
Yeah.
Y'all, did we mention how hot it was today?
Yes. I'm giving a shout out to Jessica because I saw her pop in here.
Hi, Jessica. Hope you're having a good day. Thanks for coming in to say hi. Oh, she said anything new? There's always something new.
And Sam, yes, we are open, kind of. We're actually going to go into that in our self-care. You can go to the beach. Ella's a little weird right now. Yeah. Of course, it's dog time here. And Paul, I love my mug too. I got it at Ross. Right before the quarantine, I got 4 of them because I wanted something for me. If you guys didn't see it, it's my Wonder Woman one. I wanted something for me and Dellany to have during our vlogs. And now we don't have, no, Dellany has not gotten to use it.
Well, no, I need to order. Well, we're going to eventually get our own merch, right? With that, like we're going to have a Fat TV coffee mug and everything. We're kind of like game planning what our merchandise is going to look like. So all of y'all can have what we have, which is cool. And you can be more a part of our family. So KT, I saw that you put Paul Hagen's name up. Did you know that his birthday was this past weekend?
No, I did not. Happy birthday.
Well, yeah. Happy birthday, Paul. Like, it was so funny because I knew his birthday was coming up and I was so ready to like catch him on his birthday. And then all holy hell as usual breaks loose in my days of living. Like, it's just nuts. And then he's been on my mind and I'm like, I got to get in touch with Paul. I got to get in touch with Paul. I got to get in touch with Paul. But he is a very special human in North Carolina and we are very grateful for him. So,
now, speaking of birthdays, let's just go into Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind. All right. So, Gone with the Wind. There's a lot to say about Gone with the Wind.
Right.
But let's stick with the news that happened today. So today is Hattie McDaniel's birthday. Hattie McDaniel, she won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress for Gone with the Wind at a time where no Black people were winning anything, nor were they really represented. And she has a special place in my heart. I've watched Gone with the Wind a million times, at least a million times. Like, you just kind of grow up with it, right? But even as a small child, she's the one who I watched Gone with the Wind for because she was so special to me. And I'm sure she was special to me to actually see someone, a Black woman, in a big role like that, you know? And I didn't even know she won an Oscar until I was much older. But here's the problem. A lot of you probably already know this, but HBO decided to like get woke and they actually took Gone with the Wind off their streaming service so people couldn't see it. And in their minds, they thought that was a form of social justice and saying like, oh, no, we shouldn't show anything that represents, you know, Black people in this way or Black characters. But by doing that, they just erased history because I mean, what do you think? Everybody's heard me talk about it all day. What do you think?
Thing is, like, I have a feeling like it's like sometimes people just don't get it. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, it's just like, it's just, you're like, why did you take that down? Because actually it shows, number one, she won an award in a time where she wasn't even allowed to be there. At the Oscars. I mean, she had to sit at a table all the way in the back by herself. Yep. Everything was segregated. The producers didn't let any of the other Black cast members come to the Oscars that night. She was segregated from going to parties and all of that. And she still won, you know? I mean, and that's Hollywood in the 50s. And Hollywood's supposed to be so liberal, you know? But it took 50 years after that for Whoopi Goldberg to win. I know. 50 years, you know? So, but that's what I'm saying is like, I think Hollywood, HBO, we're kind of just like out to lunch most of the time. Yeah. You know,
to me, them doing that is equivalent to people who put up that black square box without, so you remember the black square box, Blackout Tuesday? Like people did that. And these are the same people who never donated to any of these organizations or foundations or GoFundMe's for the families of our lost ones, for George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and Ahmaud and like so on and so forth. These are people who have not donated. They haven't signed petitions. They haven't read a book. They haven't read an article, but they were like, oh yeah, maybe we should do something. Let's take this iconic movie that's a part of our systematic racism history and let's just get rid of it. You can't erase our ugly past. And we must, I believe white people especially have got to talk about it. We have to acknowledge, you can't erase it. This isn't going under the rug. And knowing what we know now, like Hattie McDaniel, like she wasn't even the premiere. The premiere was in Atlanta. They had such strict rules that none of the Black cast were allowed to show up at the premiere. She was not even allowed to be on the red carpet, nothing. And David Selznick, the producer, he allowed that. Like, it makes me sick to my stomach thinking about those things that they had to put up with back then. And did you know that on the set of Gone with the Wind, that a Black, I believe an extra, he was a film extra, he actually went into what's his name? Rhett Butler. What's his actor's name? Cary Grant? No.
Rhett Butler.
I can't believe I just said Cary Grant. What?
Rhett Butler,
the actor. Who's the actor? It's he freaking. You guys, KT and I are tired. It's been a long day. Is it? What's his name again? Did I like?
Rhett Butler.
Why? I know this. I've seen that movie 1,000 times.
Am I on mute? Do you hear me? I said Rhett Butler.
I can hear you.
Is that who you're talking about? The lead.
Yeah, but that's the character's name, not the actor. Can someone help us out?
I thought you were asking the character's name.
No, we're blanking. What was his name again? It's freaking. Oh my gosh, you guys. Anyway, everyone knows who I'm talking about. Clark Gable, father. Clark Gable. Duh. I feel like such an idiot now. Okay. Anyway, Clark Gable. This Black film extra guy was so angry that they couldn't even use the bathrooms, the same bathrooms as white people cast could use. So he actually went into Rhett Butler's dressing room and he made Clark Gable. He made Clark Gable aware of it. And Clark Gable actually threatened to leave the set. He was like, I'm not going to be in this movie if you don't let them use our bathrooms. Right. So that was a pretty big deal back then. All this is to say that HBO, that was not a form of activism. That was actually oppression. And like of all days, it's her freaking birthday and you're going to erase that? Like, so I think what's happening now is because they're getting dragged. HBO is getting dragged right now for this. I think they have said that they will bring it back, but they want to bring it back with acknowledging, like maybe putting a caption before the movie starts that, obviously Black Lives Matter. And this was at a time of our history, the depiction, you know what I mean? They want to put a statement out there, but I just think it was really
trigger warning. Like you do a trigger warning before like certain violence on TV. You can do a trigger warning being like, this might trigger something in you. This is because something that portrayed a historical time, it's fictional, but it's very much, a portrait of what was going on back then. So I mean, totally could just be used. I mean, otherwise we should just censor all TV. I mean, you can't do that. You can't do that. You know what I mean?
And I know that Germany leaves up their history. Germany talks about it to ensure that they're not going to repeat that ever again. And that's exactly what we should do. But those Confederate soldier statues are another thing because they could just go. They can just get the heck out of here.
Confederate, you want to talk about NASCAR next?
NASCAR! Do you want to talk about
NASCAR? I was actually like, wow, when they said that
I was shocked. I was a little shocked because have you ever been to NASCAR? Have you ever been part of that?
Hello, I'm from Florida. I've gone to the Daytona 500. Hello.
Okay. Well, is it okay? Let me ask you something. I've been to not by wanting to. There's been circumstances of me being there against my will, to be honest. But anyway, when I have been there, I will be honest with you, and maybe this is just my white ignorance back then. I never noticed Confederate flags. I didn't know that was a thing there. I didn't. I'm sorry. I apologize. And I had the privilege to not have to notice. So,
like, I will say, it's very interesting because it was a predominantly like white event, but in recent years, the amount of people of color that come to the event now, like that, when I was like younger, I was like, I was like excited about it because it was like, like it's freaking NASCAR. Also, I mean, anybody that I'm not really into it because you just sit here and watch people go around a little thing, but people watch, the Indy 500 and all that, they watch the what is it? The little cars in Europe that drive around, the little.
I don't know. Look at we're blinking again. I don't know.
Formula driving. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not a big NASCAR fan, but I knowing the history of NASCAR, I'm with Paul Hagen. I can't actually believe they did that. You know what I mean? Like knowing.
Yeah, like I can't either. But you know what? It was obviously long overdue because look at the damage of anyone from just why look at that flag knowing what the damage behind it and the history and just so I think that's a big step. I think it's a little late. Obviously, it's a lot late. And also, I don't know. It just makes me kind of feel good that they probably might even lose. Like NASCAR might even be safer to go to because the people who like stand by those flags, the racists, they might now say, well, I'm not going to ever go to NASCAR again because there won't be any of my flags up and you can't, this is America. Like those people will actually not be there anymore. So it'll arguably be a safer place for everybody. Right. And more inclusive. So I'm down with that.
Y'all are making me deaf. You're so loud. Turn down.
Y'all being there making me deaf.
Here's the deal. Dellany is just naturally loud, and she screams when we're on this because we got to get her a microphone. I tried to turn my microphone up a little to match her. So all you got to do is turn down your volume on your computer.
No, I think she means at NASCAR. I don't think she means now.
Y'all being there would make me deaf so damn loud. Oh, I thought we were talking about because I had people complain to us before that we were being loud, that we were too loud on the.
Who?
And last week was the one of the last weeks. Somebody said like, well, you guys are loud. It's like very loud, like we were being loud.
Well, tell whoever said that that Dellany said, I don't care. I won't take your feedback and I will continue to be loud and get used to it because I'm not going to change for your comfort. So, and I don't care who that is. So,
I mean, we're talking about like, as far as like our audio clipping, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, but way to expose me on here. She's like, Dellany's loud. She doesn't have a microphone. She's screaming.
No. It sounds like you're screaming all the time. I'm like, oh my God.
Well,
I know, but it's important that people hear our opinions.
I'm fine with it. I don't care. I love my voice.
I said she's loud.
What?
Are you mad? You're not mad, are you?
Oh, I'm not mad at all. Did you? Oh, gosh, no. Wait, you mean at you or like?
Because I said you were being loud.
No, I'm not loud. I mean, I'm not mad at all because it's true.
No, because I intentionally like talk a little bit louder so I can match you so that our audio comes out normal.
Yeah, no, it's true. I'm not mad at all. Like, I don't think being loud is a bad thing. I just don't. So yeah, like, and I am loud. Oh, well. So loud and proud. That's me.
Well, let's talk about
having trouble as usual every week trying to find this darn like our show that's going on right now so I can engage with people. Oh well. So what okay, what's the next subject, KT? What's going on?
Well,
how are you doing?
I want to see if anybody says
wait, NASCAR. I have something to add about NASCAR.
Danielle says she's just as loud as you, maybe even more.
Yeah, no, I love it. Be loud, stay loud. Like
Sam,
women have been.
Sam said people turn down the volume. That's what I say.
That's what I'm saying. And honestly, whoever that person was, if you think about it, that's part of our systematic oppression as women, that we're told to be seen and not heard. So a lot of people will get agitated with the idea of a loud woman, like, because we're supposed to be quiet. We're supposed to be, little and quiet, and we're just not. And I'm going
to say, and we've talked about this before, I have a problem with loudness because I have an auditory tick. There's certain things that I can't take, like clicking of pins, people smacking, and loudness. And let me tell you, one of my best friends growing up in college, I took her home to meet my family. My family, all the women in it are very loud. They're very loud. We always talk over each other and all that kind of stuff. And she, literally, one time she got up and walked out, and I went outside and I was like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "You guys are so loud. I can't handle it." And I said, I understand because I grew up with this. So sometimes it gets if we're in a place that's enclosed and my family is like, I have to get up and leave too. But that's just how I am. And I understand people who do, sometimes even when I'm in a restaurant, in a closed area, and one or two tables are being super loud where I can hear what they're saying, it kind of irritates me a little. But I think anybody could be loud, whatever they want. There's time and place, I don't want to be in a massage parlor getting a massage and somebody's outside yakking off the top of their lungs, or I don't want to be in relaxing in yoga or meditation and somebody's, because this happened before, or somebody's been so loud in the other room knowing that a yoga class is going on, and I'm like, okay, there's a time and a place, So
Way to expose me, KT. So a couple of birthdays ago, for KT's birthday, or was it Matt? Somebody's birthday.
Oh my God, I didn't even mean to expose you. I totally forgot about that.
So KT and Matt, they went to go get a massage, and they treated each other for their birthdays or something. And then I was like, oh, well, I wouldn't mind one too, but I got there late. And when I walked in, I did a Dellany whisper into the massage place, and I was like, I was like, I'm looking for my friends. Are they here? And KT was like, everybody can hear you.
I totally forgot about that. No, I wasn't trying to expose you, but I do remember that. Because I kept trying to get you guys to go back and get it, because it was only $25 to get those.
That's it. Oh my gosh. It was so funny though. So, okay, what's the next? Oh wait, I wanted to say something about NASCAR again. Speaking of NASCAR. So you guys, I've had to work over at NASCAR, as a promotional model and actress, whatever. They do promotional stuff. And I've even had to drive those Hummers around the track or whatever. But it is so gross also how they I don't know. I already put a post up on it, but all I want to say is that women, the way women are also looked at these type of events, I
remember it used to be Daisy Dukes and and
we were at and put the shirt up and oh my God, and it's just so gross, and I'm like, I don't get paid enough. I think at the time I was getting paid $15 an hour. No.
One of the favorite things down in the South is Hooters. Okay, that's one of the.
Oh yeah, we had to go to the Hooters. NASCAR, it was Concord. I think the one in Concord, North Carolina, and we had to go pass out these stupid pamphlets or something at a Hooters. And it's the first and last time I've ever been in a Hooters. I was like, this place.
I've only been in Hooters one time. I've only eaten at Hooters once, and I did not want to go. And they got a really good wing, and I'm a wing person, and their wings suck.
Yeah, their wings don't look very fulfilling at all. Just I don't know. Anyway, off of NASCAR, what's the next topic?
We can go into some self-care, and the reason why I wanted to bring this up is everybody hasn't seen us since the last Saturday that we were on.
Right.
And that Saturday, when I got off the show, I don't know if you heard, but when we got off the show, that Saturday was when crap went down by me. You guys probably saw it, but 3 streets were looted around me. It sounded like a war zone. And it was the most scariest thing. And everybody in my apartment, it doesn't matter what color they were, because we all got together, because the Latin community in here. We have the older Russian community here. We have a black girl lives right above me, and she was scared to death. Like, I just want to let you know, she was scared to death about what was going on because it sounded like war zone. And then down the street there, for me, 2 places were set on fire, like literally 2 blocks from me. So it was a little nerve-wracking, and I understand like what everything. I mean, I understand because our friends were at Pan Pacific that were in the Black Lives Matter movement, and it was at 12 o'clock to when we got off the phone, or I think we ended at 4, right? Because we didn't hear any of that, the helicopters or anything going on.
No.
Because literally, remember I was saying, I'm going to go to the beach.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take
because you're like, we got to get going, girl, because I got to go to the beach.
I like to go down there to see my favorite time is like between like 6 and 8 when it's like, not hot. I can walk the dogs. So we were trying to go to the beach. Well, there was no going to the beach. I can tell you that, because I literally put them all together. I walked outside and it sounded like a war zone. And so what had happened was the Pan Pacific, you remember that park? We went there for a plus size that one time. That's
I remember.
A huge park. Yeah. And it was all peaceful until then. And then I just want to explain to people, because I live here and I was seeing what's going on. The looters were not part of that protest, just so everybody knows. They were not. Because if you looked at, because we were watching the live, because we kept seeing people going into they were running through our apartment complexes too. Just and all that. They were being dropped off at one place. They'd go and hit a whole bunch of buildings and then get picked up. So they weren't part of the people that were the protest. Actually, a lot of the protesters had left already. Yeah.
So this was like because usually the troublemakers come more closer to the end. Right. Yeah.
But I will say that another thing happened at the same time. I mean, I think it was all planned because the first thing they hit was Fight Club, which is got $1,000 sneakers. They knew what to hit. They hit Melrose Max stealing computers. And actually, it was really funny if you watch the video because people were stealing from the people who were stealing. Yeah. So this guy came out with 3 laptops and somebody was like trying to gank them from him. So he ended up only with 1, it was, and the one lady at Target that they kept running around, that was making me laugh, who was running out of Target with the big thing that holds clothes. Like, did you see that?
Oh, yeah. Like a rack or something, or
what is going on? But what I'm getting at is like, we have to practice self-care because ever since then, it's been very negative in LA, and you see it when you go outside. I do get emotional every time I see the protests. They are peaceful now. There was a huge one that just happened on Sunday. That was the biggest that we've had. And
20,000 people.
Yeah. But what I feel it is like, because, and the reason I bring this up is because both you and I are empaths. We have to, it's very hard for me to be outside right now because when I go outside, I absorb a lot of negative energies that's going on. I had to return something today at a store and it was super negative. The people in there were super negative, and the people that were like greeting at the front were super negative. It was like really awful. And when I'm driving around, I don't know. I just feel it. So I've been having to practice a lot of self-care because there's so much negativity in LA right now.
I don't think it's just LA, KT. It's not just LA.
Oh no, but I'm just saying that's where we live.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
I talk to some friends who aren't in bigger cities, and it's not as hard. They're like on big ranches. I'm like, I'm ready to go out and be on a ranch. Getting out in the middle of nowhere. I do love the protesting that's going on. I'm all for it. But I did say as soon as they hit Beverly Hills, this was going down. Like, because took, once they hit Beverly Hills on that Saturday, it was like, but that was funny watching them loot Gucci. But I will say that every store down for me was hit. And I feel really bad because my nail people I don't know if you saw the building that was burning first. It was at Spalding and Melrose. Next to the Adidas store, they started burning a building. We're right next to that is called Pearls, which has been my nail salon for years. And those ladies are hard workers. And I already felt bad because we've been closed down, and now I don't think they're coming back,
Yeah.
I think a lot of nail salons because I've been going around, because those were broken into, a lot of them were broken into just to steal the ATM, because as we know, nail salons around here like to accept cash. So they had ATMs. So they were pulling the ATMs out of all this. So I've already seen a couple shut down already, because and that's what sucks is like a lot of the stuff in the Fairfax district where I'm at, in Melrose and Beverly and Third, are mom and pop kind of places. Melrose Mac there's only like 4 in LA, and I actually know the owner. They'll be okay. They have a lot of insurance, but these smaller stores that they hit, there was the one next to the Spalding that they brought on fire. That was 3 small stores in one area. So that's what I got mad at. I didn't get mad at what was going on in the whole, but I got mad at like the little places that are not going to be able to come back because they weren't surviving from coronavirus already. And and I've gotten emails from all the places I go to basically saying we're trying to come back. I hope we can come back, that are near me. So I just giving a little self-care for that and for those people, and, giving a shout out saying, I hope we come back as we are a small district over here. The Fairfax Melrose Avenue place, it is a little community. That's one of the reasons why I love living in West Hollywood, is we're a little bit of a different city. We're more exclusive and everything. Yeah. Not inclusive. It's kind of sad right now seeing my city totally demolished, because it still is, and I know friends downtown LA. It sucks seeing that too, but never would have thought it would happen by me, Yeah. So anyway,
I hear you. I hear you. And I do have empathy towards small business owners, especially. I do think, though, it is important to note that at the end of the day, buildings can rebuild, but we can't bring back Brianna or George or Ahmad or Trayvon, or Michael, or, we can't bring back these human lives. So I think that still the greater good of all this, like this world, like I mentioned this on the Fat last night with Fatch. There's a wonderful, cute little, it's very heartwarming. It's a video of George Floyd's daughter. And it's something that happened, obviously, when he was still alive, and she's sitting on his shoulders, and she's saying to her dad, she's like, Daddy, you're changing the world. You're changing the world, Daddy. And like, it was so profound, because like this has went soared way out of America. This is a world. He did change the world. And it, like, in all of it, even with the bad meaning like the small businesses that are getting burnt down, and like the good far outweighs the bad. Like, this needed to, obviously Black lives should be like valued, and the brutality, like so many things have got to end, and that's what it's taking right now. But it shouldn't have had to get there, KT, but it got there because like they were trying to protect a couple of police officers. It was insane what we all had to do for them to finally arrest all 4 police officers. Like, it's
I'm coming back Brianna was killed before him, and I am super mad. I think if there was a video of her, it would have happened a little bit sooner. If there was a video of what happened with her, because there is no video unless there's body cam of the police. So it makes me kind of angry that it took like a man and to get this that got filmed. Now,
honestly, I think also it was building, because the fact that it all happened with Ahmad, because they released that footage of Ahmad being hunted down, like, you know what I mean? So it was that, and then it was that. And I'm just mad that it takes any type of camera footage of anybody. Like, we should just be like, this is like to get the justice. You know what I mean? It's insane. But yeah, Brianna, what I think, and I'm agreeing with your point that you're making, is that in a lot of this, even with police brutality and with Black the brutal beating and torture and murdering of Black lives all these years, Black women voices are still getting silenced even more under all this. It's just all just awful, but it is sad to say. Yeah. But, there are, I don't know if you've looked for them or if you probably already have, but there's Breonna Taylor petitions. Yeah. You can donate to her family.
Oh, yeah, I donated for.
I donated to the Louisville, the protesters to get them out of jail for their bail. I donated to that. Like, there's ways to still, we're gonna get justice for them. We will. Yeah. Yeah. It's a crazy time, but yeah, KT, I'm sorry that you were right by that. And I mean, we just ended this show and KT texted us and was like, buildings on fire, like right where I live. And I was like, what? Yeah, crazy, crazy times.
Because both the CVSs around me are destroyed and they didn't go after, they went after the Oxycontin. They went after the drugs. You know,
of course they did.
Because they basically, one of the safes is gone. Mine is still mine. The new little small one that opened up on Melrose,
right?
CVS. Mm-hmm. My favorite pharmacist. Me and her get along. They know me when I walk in. It's so fun.
Aww.
It's not open. So I had to go to this crappy one in Hollywood. Where, I call it the crazy one because it's where all the crazies hang out. But it was.
Is that the Rite Aid on Sunset? Is it that one?
CVS on Cahuenga.
Got you.
Yeah, that one's a little strange. It's a little strange there,
Yeah.
I don't like, it's 24 hours and I don't like to go. Sometimes you have to go to a CVS. That's the one that's 24 hours near me. And, in the middle of the night, you need milk. I try to go to the 7-Eleven down the street, even though the other 7-Eleven down the street is one where the guy attacked somebody with a machete. So I don't know what's going on around here. It's but what it comes back to is there's a lot of craziness going on. You know what I mean? A lot, and it's how do we practice self-care right now? How do we it's every day, it's waking up with anxiety, how do people, what does everybody do? I don't know.
I mean, I pray to God. I pray to God every single day. So, and I usually talk to God throughout the day. So that helps me. But then obviously with respect to people who might not pray to God, there's meditation, it's nothing is easy, but it's getting in the practice of giving yourself that time and that space every day. I'm also taking an online course for myself where it's helping me visualize a better, not just a better version of me, but a leveled up version of me, where I'll no longer have to go back to waitressing. I'll no longer have to I'm bettering my life. So that's giving me some sense of peace in this. And, I feel good always collaborating with you, and we're going to have merchandise soon that we're going to, we've got good stuff. So it's just more focus on the positives in your life. And then I always find joy in helping other people. So if you haven't, not you, KT, but anyone out there who might still be listening, if you haven't helped someone outside of yourself and outside of your family, help someone. And that you will find joy in that. You really will.
Well, I will tell you one thing, how I feel right now. I'm sure people of color feel this anxiety all the time of not knowing what's going to happen, not knowing if they're getting pulled over. I saw a meme the other day about, getting pulled over as a person of color compared to a white person. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Totally different.
People's minds,
Totally different. Yeah.
And it's people have how much anxiety that they have to live through every day. I think that's also, I really do believe that that's showing people, hey, this is an anxiety that, people of color feel all the time.
All the time.
So
all the time.
So I do sit in that and try to realize that, hey, my friends who go through this all the time, and I've had discussions with them about it. We did talk about that. She's like, how you're feeling. I feel like that all the time, KT. Oh, that sucks,
Yeah, exactly.
So I do
this is my everyday. This is my normal. Yeah.
Especially in certain areas of the country. And I was having a discussion about this today with somebody. It's we're supposed to be such a progressive country, but we're not. You know,
Oh
deep
God,
down as a whole. You know what I mean?
No. Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
just like, it's like whatever. Anyway, so that's where we are today. Anyway, what would you like to say?
What's that?
Would you like to say anything?
Oh no, I was just, I'm listening and I'm having a really good day if it weren't 95 degrees outside. But other than that, like, just getting stuff done and, feeling blessed and happy and, and I'm sorry that, that sucks that you've been going through that. And I'm sorry. It doesn't help that it's also COVID-19 season. It just is. Like, all that is on top of that.
Well, I can't believe people are kind of like, I was walking around today and people are just like kind of forgetting that that's here.
I know. It's like, because everyone knows I live on TikTok these days. And like, I even see TikToks where there's social gatherings and people are commenting and they're going, are we not going to talk about COVID-19? Like, did it just disappear? Like, what happened? And it's still very much here. Like, apparently in Los Angeles, or probably all over our country, we are now supposed to start seeing spiked numbers from people who gathered on Mother's Day and Memorial Day.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, because it takes a while.
I do want to see what happens with the protest. And you know what? I did see something the other day where a girl died from an asthma attack from the tear gas.
Yeah, I saw that too. She's a teenager too, right? She's very young. Very young, yeah.
And so I know that they said that the tear gas messes up the respiratory system. So if somebody was exposed, I'm hoping that they're okay, that it doesn't deter them getting over it, I'm still afraid of it. I know a lot of people are saying it's a conspiracy theory and all that kind of stuff.
No, it is not.
Because I've seen people with it, I have definitely with it,
Yeah, no, it's very real. It's not a conspiracy theory. That's Anyway,
I will tell you this. My mom, the first thing I think I said this, but first thing my mom said was when they started about talking washing hands, she said, well, my daughters are fine, because she knows that me and my sister are OCD hand washing.
About the hand, washing hands.
Like, it's like constant. I'm like, and you should see, like, in my arsenal in the car, I got like 4 different types of hand sanitizer. I got a spray. So like, if I use I don't take my phone in. I use my credit cards. Have it in my hand. My credit card gets sanitized. Then I put it back in, and I just constantly, my car keys get sanitized when I come in. It's a little bit worse. It's definitely the OCD's up a little on that, but I did finally buy me some Bath and Body Works hand soaps.
Okay, nice.
Like the foam ones, because the foam ones, just so you guys know, get the foam soap, because and that way you don't waste water, because you take the foam soap first and go like that for like 20 seconds with the foam soap, then you rinse it off. The foam soap is easier.
It seems easier, but I think good old fashioned soap and water. I
don't know. I love the smell of anything. For me to get smelly Bath and Body Works, I'm happy.
That makes sense. See, that makes you happy. That's something that makes you happy.
But nice. It's like you think of the little small things that make you happy, do them.
Exactly. Yes. Amen, sis. Amen. I think we went over. We were only going to do half an hour, and here we are. Lucas said he will be joining every show, and to call Mama. Oh, he's talking about his mom after the show. Oh my God, hilarious. Well, you tell Lucas. Maybe we can have Lucas on as a guest. That would be. Lucas is 9, KT. He's 9. Aww. He's my nephew.
Hey, are we supposed to have your sister on soon?
Yeah. Is Danielle watching right now? Because Danielle, we want you on here as a guest. And Danielle, you can spill all the tea on me that you want.
I think we just had a little mini earthquake. Did you feel that?
I never feel these things.
I have to get on Twitter. As soon as it happens, I get on Twitter. And I'm like, was that an earthquake?
You guys, I never, ever feel them. And I swear it's because my gravity is all below my waist. I am so close to the ground already. Nothing.
Anyway, yes, you said we were going to do 30 minutes. We were at 53 minutes. So let's say bye to everybody. We'll see you
I'm
next week.
glad we did it, though. Aren't you, KT? Aren't you glad we did it?
Yes.
All right, everybody, let us know. Thanks, as always, for taking the time to be with us, sit with us, hear what we have to say, and give us your feedback and opinions. And let us know any organizations or any type of crowdfunding or anything for Black Lives Matter that you know about and you'd like us to know about. Drop it in the link and we will share it. And we will also, I'll donate, whatever. Like, I'm looking for new ones to donate to. So thanks, everybody.
Bye, and stay on with me, Del.
Okay.